are nearing the end of this year's Madz et al. Choral Festival. It has been proving how connected we are with one another, and no social distancing shall ever put that into question. Music connects us all. Music is like that bonfire around which we gather as a community so that we may share in everyone's struggles and celebrate each one's victories. We realize we are also now fast approaching the time of Christmas, when we shall remember that most brilliant star that shone in the east one evening, that star that dispelled the darkness, that gave people hope, that opened the way to new life. Majority of the songs you have heard and witnessed during this festival dwelt on themes that contemplate on the events of this most pivotal year. As I said during the past evenings of this festival, this year could be the darkest, bleakest year we will remember for a long time. Generations that shall come after us shall speak of these moments with a sense of detachment. They will never, ever fully understand what each one of us had to go through this year, how each one of us had to navigate through these darkest times. Tonight's repertoire shall again speak for us. The songs express our yearnings, our desires to make sense of all these, to surface from all these. And tonight must give us a vision of that light that shall come very soon. Tonight is an invitation for us to open our eyes of faith and to believe. Light is coming to dispel this darkness. And when we see that light, let us fix our eyes on it and follow. We will say, as Isaiah says, "The people who walk in darkness will see a great light. For those who live in a land of deep darkness, a light will shine." As in the story of creation, let us believe that the Spirit is hovering over this chaos, and soon we shall hear God's voice declare, "Let there be light."
Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome everybody. Hello, magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Good morning, America. And although it's winter here in Italy, buongiorno here in Italy, guten tag, buenos dias. Hello, Alfred. Hello, Pearl.
Buhay, Ate Kens.
It's our 5th day today. No, correct. 6th day.
Hey! Mabuhay, everyone! Do you feel it in the air? Ang malamig na simoy ng hangin. Welcome to the month that we all have been waiting for. Kahit may pandemic, knowing how creative we Filipinos are, makakapag-celebrate tayo ng Kapaskuhan. At walang makakapigil sa atin. And what an exciting way to usher the Christmas season than to celebrate music making together as one happy family here at the Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. With a list of 64 amazing choirs and conductors joining, serenading the entire Philippines and the world with 34 new works, 30 new choral arrangements, and inspiring, uplifting virtual performances for 7 weeks. What more can we ask for? Sobrang aguinaldo na to, di ba? Tonight, get ready to be surprised by the hidden talent of our very own local police. O, di ba? Be mesmerized by the heavenly voices of 2 all-female youth choirs and much, much more. Let these 9 wonderful choirs singing 3 new works take you on a musical journey of gratitude, hope, faith, and love.
This Christmas season, nag-start na talagang Pasko na ito. You must all be eagerly thinking about what to give your friends, your loved ones, your family. Isipin na natin naka-online shopping tayo or namimili tayo ng stuff for Christmas. Huwag po natin kalimutan sana na marami tayong mga kababayan na medyo naapektuhan pa rin ng bagyo na nakaraan at mga baha. So we hope that you can find it in your heart to also make the Christmas of people who were affected by the recent events by giving generously in cash or in kind through the Tanging Yaman Foundation. So throughout the show, you will see details underneath your screen how you can help bring Christmas cheer to those who have been affected by these tragedies. Pasko para sa atin lahat sana. We will kick off tonight's performance with this new entrant, bagong kasali sa Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. Sa Madz et al. Festival, bago sila, bagong miyembro. This is a conductor who has been mentored by Sir Mark through the conducting choral leadership program offered under the Madz Music Studio. And so Sir Mark extended the invitation for them to be part of the Madz et al. Family. Our general manager of the Madz Music Studio is here to introduce this first performing choir.
Good evening, everyone. I am very excited to introduce to you our first performer for tonight's concert. This group is actually one of Manila's most awarded all-female youth ensemble, best known for their rich and youthful interpretation of folk, ethnic, and liturgical pieces. Their conductor, apart from getting her bachelor's degree in music education, was also a product of the Madz Music Studio programs, of course, our summer intensive program for conductors, under the mentoring and supervision of Mr. Mark Anthony Carpio. For tonight, they will be performing to us a song entitled Tag-Ulan. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the St. Paul College Pasig High School Chorale with their conductor, Miss Sheila Fitalvero.
Sa
Oh, from the St. Paul College of Pasig. Well, for me, a rainy day, for many of us, not only for me, a rainy day is something where we can take a hot cup of coffee or champurrado. And it gives, but for a lot of us, it gives also us a sentiment of loneliness. But what I would like to remind everybody is to take at least a moment to listen to the music that nature gives, words, the songs, the leaves, and the rain. For me, the music of the rain it's so nice. Not wag bagyo ah.
Ay, wait lang, wait lang. Sandali lang po, excuse me lang po. May I correct myself kasi kanina sa introduction I said something like 64 choirs.
Oh,
Mali, correction, hindi 66. Nagkamali din ako doon. Hindi siya 66. No, 67 choirs po ang ating nagpa-participate ngayon sa dahil nadagdagan pa po siya ng isa. Ito po ay makikilala natin, masasaksihan natin next week, December 13. So, surprise. Padami pa po kami ng padami. Hanggang huli na, may humahabol pa rin. Exactly.
Mga late.
if our first choir was a new entrant, a new member of the Madz family, our next performer ay mga suki naman ito. Guess what? 2005 sila Pearl na sumali, di ba? And
yes, I think.
And since then they have been joining us without fail.
Yes.
This year na medyo challenging para sa kanila because they are all in different parts of the Philippines serving the Filipino nation. At sabi ng pulis ay ang conductor daw nila na si Leo ay sweet.
Sweet.
Sweet 16.
So, alamin natin.
Good day, everyone. This is Police Lieutenant Edgar Valentino Lumbo, designated as the Chief Intel and Invest of the PNP Maritime Group, Regional Maritime Unit 7 in Cebu. I entered the service in 2004, merely 16 years now in serving the Filipino people and counting. To our conductor, Sir Leo Gonzalez, sir, he is so sweet and full of patience. I do not know where he draws it, but he is truly amazing and dynamic. He always encourages us and welcomes us whenever we were laid off. This is because of our work nature, as being assigned in any point of the Philippine archipelago. Allow me then to grab this opportunity to thank him. Sir Leo Gonzalez, sir, thank you for everything, sir, for sharing your talent to us. And on behalf of the PNP Choral members, you made us better and well-equipped song ambassadors of the Philippine National Police Organization. The reasons why I joined this group primarily is to adhere to its advocacy to bring the PNP to people. This is by eliminating the concepts of intimidation and turn them to no hesitation in approaching us during assistance. God bless us all. Mabuhay ang Philippine National Police at mabuhay ang Philippine National Police Choral.
Amen.
This prayer, set to music by Frederick de Santos, is very apt, especially to these challenging times. And it was made even more touching by the heartfelt singing of our local heroes, the PNP Chorale, headed by Leo Gonzalez, aka Mr. Yorminok. Nakakatuwa na makita ang ating mga pulis na nakikiisa sa ating festival. Despite of the challenges na kinaharap nila sa pagbuo ng virtual performance, they come together to sing. FYI, para po sa viewers, iba-iba po sila ng location habang ginagawa po ang kanilang entry na ito. Para po maging consistent sila na hindi sila absent. So, kahit anong mangyari, present sila sa ating festival.
Akala ko music sa pito lang nila, sa whistle.
We hope sa inyo pong mga sir na nakatulong sa inyong magandang pakiramdam ang ganitong creative outlet after sa lahat po ng mga kabisihan at kapagudan ninyo sa inyong trabaho. Thank you for reaching out to us, and thank you for choosing to be ambassadors of goodwill through music. Salamat po sa pagsasakripisyo nyo sa ating bayan. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
For this Christmas season, the Madz Music Studio is giving something special for yourself or your family who wants to enjoy the gift of learning music. So there will be a 10% discount for those who avail of online music lessons at the Madz Music Studio.
But there is a deadline for this. The offer is only until the last day of the festival, December 13th. So go ahead, get it, get the discount. Ask your friends to do it. Ask all your families to do it.
Dali na! Join na mga kapatid! This is the perfect gift for yourself and for your loved ones.
Sabi kanina ng pulis, sweet na conductor daw si Leo. Madami tayong mga conductors na medyo stricto, medyo masungit, medyo disciplinarian, meron din mga masyadong sobrang bait, and all sorts of things. So here is a very interesting suggestion from our resident choral diva who has some words to share with our conductors about how to compose and how to carry yourself, especially how you behave towards your choristers. So let us have a short break and listen to Queen Corona.
Presenting Her Royal Highness Queen Corona of Oriana.
Hello! As promised by your queen, I will teach you how to become a royalty, episode after episode. We will continue on with tips to behave like a royalty. After weeks or even months of preparation, one way or another, the performance will come to an end. After each performance or a concert, give your choir some encouragement and positive feedback after the performance. Meanwhile, make a mental note of the things you need to work on for the next rehearsal. Try to avoid pointing out what did not go well in the performance. Your singers are rather busy lingering with the concert, so either they cannot absorb it or, worse, will take it against you. More tips shall be imparted by your queen in the next episodes. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody. I am Charlene Ramos, a soprano of the Philippine Madrigal Singers from 2016 to 2019. The next choir that will perform is familiar to me. The Mandaluyong Women's Chorus is an all-female group formed by Sebastian Trinidad of the Mandaluyong Children's Choir. This group is now conducted by Miss Leia Morales. Si Ate Leia, nagkakilala kami sa MCC noong mga bata pa lang kami. As a senior member and a member that really excels well, she was assigned to be a section leader. And sometimes, she acts as our assistant conductor. Ang ginagawa niya, pinapractice niya na muna kami before our actual rehearsal. Masasabing et al. Baby si Ate Leia, from MCC with Kuya Baste to UE Choral with Miss Ana Abeleda na super idol nating lahat. And now, I am really excited to watch their performance. So let's all enjoy the performance of the Mandaluyong Women's Chorus with their conductor, Miss Leia Morales, as they sing Regina Celli by Mr. Alejandro Consolacion II.
That was a beautiful performance written by one of the favorite choral composers in the Philippines, Alejandro Consolacion II. That was an original work premiered here at the virtual choral festival of the Madz et al. Heartfully rendered as a offering to our Blessed Mother, and their beautiful singing ethereally wrapped in a series of uplifting and inspiring alleluias from beginning to end. Talagang nakaka-lift ng ating mga spirits, especially for this Christmas season.
Speaking of lifting up the spirits, why don't we lift up the spirits of the victims of the floods and the typhoons in the past times? Put a little love in your heart. Give to them, donate to them through the Tanging Yaman Foundation. You'll see it being scrolled down on the screen for this project of Father Manueling Francisco.
At habang iniisip po natin ang kapwa Pilipino natin na nasalanta ng ng bagyo at naka-experience ng mga tragedies, different tragedies, here are our choristers who would like to offer their Christmas wishes to our fellow Filipinos.
My wish is for all your wishes to come true this Christmas. Para sana all, please like and share this video to family and friends dearest to you. Happy Christmas!
Ang wish ko ngayong Christmas ay tumangkan!
My Christmas wish is to go to South Korea and meet my oppa 사랑해요. Yubin.
My Christmas wish is world peace.
I started singing in a choir very young, and that is with the Mandaluyong Children's Chorus as a member of the pioneer batch under Mr. Sebastian Trinidad. Kuya Baste, as we fondly call him, not only taught us how to sing together, but he made sure we are well-equipped musicians by teaching us music theory on the onset and instilled in us the discipline in performing. One thing I remember very well about Kuya Baste was when he said that once we are in our costumes, we no longer represent ourselves individually, but we already represent the group. So everything we do or say from that point onward should reflect the core values of MCC. It is because of this discipline that I got to experience my first international competition. I even carried that same discipline and passion as I moved on to become a member of the UE Chorale, and even now as I conduct my own choirs. What I really admire about Kuya Baste is that even with his impressive credentials, he remains rooted in his advocacy to grow Mandaluyong singers and artists to achieve their highest potential and be an agent of social change through music and the arts. Our next performer, the Jose Rizal University Chorale, is a Mandaluyong-based college choir composed of cultural scholars. During this pandemic and the online learning being implemented, most of the members are currently situated in different parts of the country outside Metro Manila. They have been joining and winning local choral competitions, but Madz et al. Has been the annual event they always look forward to, as this is their opportunity to interact with other notable choirs. This year, they will sing about hope and the will to rise again. Please welcome the JRU Chorale, conducted by our Kuya Baste, Mr. Sebastian Trinidad.
Rise up. Confucius says that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So get your hopes up, get your faith up, move up, and get ready to rise up. Because you can persevere, but only when you are down that you flourish. You can rise above the situation and achieve all of your dreams. So that's the message they gave.
This person who will introduce our next choir is a good friend and batchmate of its conductor. They are both part of the first international touring batch of the Madz, and that time they were young ladies in their college years in UP. And their friendship endured through the years. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Holiday greetings from Helsinki, Finland. I am Teresita Zurbano Rutu, a former member of the Philippine Magical Singers from the years 1967 to 1974. I am pleased to introduce the Mater Dei Choir under the direction of Bernadette Acena de Leon, a former batchmate of mine with whom I traveled on the Madz first world tour in 1969 and the month-long participation in Expo 70 in Osaka, Japan. Bernie, as we fondly call her, is married with 2 children and 4 grandchildren. She took up BS Music Education at the UP College of Music and finished her master's in music education at PWU. During the last 50 years, Bernie conducted several choirs, including the prize-winning La Consolacion Bacolod Children's Choir in 1976. Bernie is up to this time active with choirs, besides giving piano lessons, and Mater Dei is among them. Mater Dei is a 20-member mixed choir composed of high school and college students, as well as young professionals. Friends, here's the Mater Dei Choir conducted by Bernie Acenas de Leon.
Avenida! 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 Oh, alis na! Avenida!
Limang libang taong nagtutulakan ang dinaanan ko sa paghabol sa iyo. Tinatanaw ang pag-alay mo sa lalaking pinagseselosan ko. Sa pagmamadali natapa ako sa sakit ang kinatayuan niyo. Lumapit ka, tinulungan ako at ika'y tinitigan. Magmamatay nagkabanggaan, ano ba itong naramdaman? Sorry, ale, pasensya ka na, akala ko'y sawa kita. Sorry, ale, pasensya ka na, sorry na bala ka pa. Sorry na sabi, sorry ale, sorry kapag kamalan na ka. Ibang taong nagtutulakan sa aling aking kinayuan. Nag-aabang ng masasakyan patungo kung saan di ko malaman. Limang taong nagunahan sa munting sasakyang nagdaraan. Sayang ng jeepney kanina'y lunan at ngayon'y nagsisisi sa aking pagbubusisi. Malaking pagkakamali para mga sasakay ko. Limang taong nagtutulakan para mga sasakay ko. Limang taong nagunahan para nasabi, para mama, para na dyan sa tabi. Para nasabi, para mama, para na dyan sa tabi. Para na dyan sa tabi. Para mama, para na dyan sa tabi.
This Kayabiyab classic has captured the hearts of the Filipino choristers, old and new. Actually, it has always given me this feeling of nostalgia. Natatandaan ko kasi nung college ako, isa ito sa mga staple namin sa choir na dapat, alam mo to, nasa repertoire to. So, ganyan. Mater Dei has succeeded in bringing such fun, energetic, and entertaining performance tonight. And by the way, for your information, this is a new arrangement by no other than Mr. C's Unico Iho, the talented Toma Kayabyab. Diba? Ang galing. Thank you, Mater Dei Choir, Tita Bernadette De Leon, for this feel-good and refreshing rendition of National Artist for Music, Mr. Ryan Kayabyab's masterpiece. Galing.
Ewan ko bakit, but I just kept smiling the whole time they were performing. Talagang napapangiti lang ako. I couldn't erase the smile from my face.
As we have promised you, we will give you pocket segments of some of our Madz Talk issues. And one of this is focusing on a very young composer who has been a very big help to the Madz et al., especially during this season. And he also, during the Madz et al., has 4 compositions. Not only that, he does things behind the scenes, like doing videos, doing audios, and anything. So here is Enrico Legasca to introduce him for and Reconnect.
In the roaring traffic stood, in the silence of my lonely room.
Hi, Nico. So wonderful to see you, and thanks for being my guest tonight.
Nice to see you din po. Virtually.
You have masterfully balanced, I think, literally everything from singing, from video editing, festival. You have 4 world premieres. You have all these skills, diba? So I gather that you're highly talented. It's obvious. I'm curious to hear how do these skills relate, or help, or complement, or meet in one beautiful salad bowl in your music creation?
When I'm writing, na-foresee ko na yung siguro pwedeng maging problem pag nire-record na nila. Kasi yung mga maririnig na ako na, ay baka ganito yung gawin nila, baka. So, tinatry ko siya isulat kagad dun, i-annotate dun sa pyesa na hindi dapat ganito, kasi this might happen talaga. So, yun po, siguro dun siya nag-meet ko, na kapag talaga nagsusulat ako, dun siya bumubuhos lahat.
With the marriage of text and music, Joey Vargas is another very talented person I highly respect. You know, he sings, he directs.
Yes, super.
Right? So working alongside the brilliant Joey Vargas, how does it work for you and Joey?
Yeah, with Sir Joey po, dito sa 4 na pyesa, we made sure na align yung vision namin. So, before I start writing, pag nagawa niya na yung text, we try to, parang merong workshop, so, iisa-isahin namin yung text, and then we'll read through the lines, and visually, ano ba yung nangyayari dun sa pyesa. So, para before ako mag-start magsulat, kung ano yung naisip niya dun sa text, yun din yung naiisip ko sa music. Para at least mag-swak siya.
Right.
Parang merong marriage talaga yung lyrics and yung music namin together. Kasi
thank you so much for joining. I mean, we could talk for like hours and hours.
Thank you po. Thank you. And hopefully to see you soon.
Makiling Voices with Romel Taniego, conductor. Text by Joey Vargas. Music by Nico Villanueva. A world premiere, Singhap sa Dilim.
Maaari marahil magkalamat itong mga sugat sa puso
na hinding-hindi maaampat kahit anuman ang ilapat.
Sa dilim, pilit ang paggagap.
Desperadong paghahanap upang makaapuhap ng minimithing paglingap.
Ng mahigpit na yakap.
Damahin mo ang pulso, ang kabang pabugso-bugso.
At itong pagdududang nagiging tukso.
Subalit damhin din ang pagtataka, sapagkat sa puso di may lukso.
Ng kakaibang sigla, kasabitan.
Sa gitna nitong paghihirap, pagsinghap sa dilim,
hayaan akong makalikha, makapagpinta,
makapagkatha, makayang makakanta ng ukol sa pag-asa.
The work of Nico Villanueva and Joey Vargas and the performance of Makiling Voices with Romel Taniegra is, how should I say, is very deep, very profound, and very reflective. The music is lush, and the text and the subtext makes you want to think and think and think some more. I really wish that Makiling Voices will perform this live once we are over this pandemic, because this is the kind of music that I just want to listen to and immerse myself in. Kasi it's parang may tip of the iceberg, but meron pang underneath. So you have to, every time you listen to it again and again, and I had the privilege of listening to it several times as part of the production team. So I had the advantage of rewind. And that was what I felt. So I would encourage the viewers after the show to go back and rewind and listen to it again, because the second time around, the third time around, something else comes across. Bravo, Nico Villanueva. Bravo, Joey Vargas. And wonderful singing for Makiling Voices and Romel Taniegra.
After hearing such wonderful songs of hope from our choirs, sana po this somehow inspires you to give also to those who need your help the most, like our brothers who were badly hit by the different calamities that struck the country the past few weeks. Para rin po sumaya naman ang Pasko nila. You may share your generosity to this project of Father Madaling Francisco through the Tanging Yaman Foundation. You may send your donations through the numbers below. Maraming salamat po.
Next to be featured, of course, is one very loyal follower of the Madrigal Singers, especially even during the time of Ma'am OA, Andrea Veneracion. He has been there always and has been joining the Madz et al. Here he is, Joel Boragay.
Good evening. My name is Joel Boragay, choir master of the Anima Christi Chorale. Ever since, fan na talaga ako ng Madz at syempre ni Ma'am OA. That's why when I got the chance to attend one of her workshops for the first time, I treasured every moment and cherished each lesson. It was with her and the Madz na naging kaibigan na sa paglipas ng mahabang panahon that I got so much inspiration from. I can still remember when Ma'am OA said, if you have discipline, nothing can go wrong. So we worked hard when we founded the Anima Christi Chorale. At isa ito sa mga naging foundations ng aming group. Discipline and humility. Ma'am OA's inspiration has touched me greatly, that I desire to be one in her vision of the singing Philippines. I believe so much that choirs can significantly contribute in shaping our community. Because in a choir, you are taught to become unselfish and imagine a society with unselfish people. We would be living in harmony. We could have a very beautiful society. With this inspiration, nagsimula kami mag-imbita ng mga choirs from Manila. Most of them, mga conductors sa Madz. So we can share the same inspiration with other Lusinahins and Quezonians. Kasi gusto namin na mas marami pa ang mabuong choir inspired by the vision of Ma'am OA. When we joined Madz et al. In 2005, That was 15 years ago. Lumawak ang pamilya ng ACC. Maraming naging kaibigan, pero mas higit ang inspiration and realizations na marami pang dapat matutuhan. We are very happy with what Madz et al. Festival has given us. Kaya hinihintay namin ito palagi. Kasi it's always an inspiring experience to be with the Madz et al. Family. This year, we will be singing a song that has become very dear to our hearts. I composed this sometime in April, a product of my contemplation during this lockdown. Sa mga panahong sinusubok tayo, magandang alalahanin na hindi tayo pababayaan ng Diyos. This song is also an invitation for us to look beyond this experience, to fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. We are the Anima Christi Choral from Lucena City, Quezon Province, and we sing to you Jeremiah 29:11.
other than being a conductor, Joel Baragay has also composed this song. And he took the verse from Jeremiah, a verse put into song that faces the difficult situations that we have today. And knowing that the Lord, that this song is not a promise that the Lord will rescue us from all the hardships we have, but rather it is a promise that God plans our lives regardless of what we confront. So, another trivia thing, did you know that Joel Baragay has joined us since 2005? So that's 15 years. So one of the longest participation.
Yes, Ate Candy, I have fun facts about the Anima Christi Chorale. Una, for everyone's information, buong pamilya ni Kuya Joel ay kumakanta sa choir. O, di ba? Parang Boragay family singers, the family that sing together, stays together. Diba? Family niya na 4 na anak at ang asawa niya. And then, but then again, ang ACC is like a family also kasi matagal na nag-stay ang mga members niya sa choir na ito. And then, the second fun fact, dahil galing sila sa Lucena City, nagta-travel sila more than 4 hours para lang makarating at maka-attend sa ating festival sa Manila. Diba? Isa sa mga heroic efforts din ito na ginagawa ng Anima Christi Chorale through the years. Actually, may a few na nag-train din sa madrigal singers before na bumalik uli naman sa ACC ngayon. So parang one big happy family talaga sila.
Oo nga.
Buti na lang virtual ang ating festival. So for the first time in 15 years, they did not have to travel 4 hours or more. But surely, present parati sila. So this virtual festival, kahit virtual, has everybody singing and singing and singing, and probably we're singing more and more because paulit-ulit tayo nagre-record. So we need to take care of our voices. So here is Coach Kat to give us some tips about singing and taking care of our voices. So let's listen to Coach Kat first before we go on with the show.
Sing Out Session!
Hi, welcome back to Sing Out Session Q&A with me, Coach Kat. Now, I'm here to answer some of your frequently asked questions about the singing voice. Now, our questions come from our selected choristers and singers around the world. Now, here's one question. How can I take care of my voice? This comes from Kiran Manigbas Moreno of Tagbilaran City. Thank you so much for that. Now, here are some tips for a healthier voice. Now, you might want to take out your pen and paper so that you can jot this down. Number 1, hydrate. Drink lots and lots of water. Number 2, get lots of sleep and rest and have a healthy diet. Avoid places that have high pollutants. Number 4, do regular physical and vocal exercises. 5, avoid shouting and screaming. 6, know your limitations as a singer and choose your songs very well. And also, take frequent breaks from rehearsals. And lastly, always remember that we are vocal athletes. So make sure we warm up regularly so we can sing very well. Thank you so much for your question, and I hope you enjoyed that tip for today. This has been Coach Kat for Sing Out Session Q&A. Stay tuned for more Madz et al.
Hi everyone, I'm Joel Aquino, and I sang with the Philippine Madrigal Singers from 1997 to 2001. I was the conductor of the T.I.P. Choral Society for 8 years, and it was there that I met Cyril. He was one of the dedicated members of his batch and would always be present at rehearsals. Early on, I noticed his great aptitude for music and knew he could play almost any musical instrument, be it piano, guitar, or percussion. He had a knack for getting complicated rhythms and chord progression. Pretty soon, He also developed ultra sensitivity to pitch, as well as the ability to mimic conducting gestures, and rose to become my assistant conductor. After encouraging him to take formal studies at UP, I can honestly say that he is one of the most promising young conductors and choral arrangers in the country. I'm glad to note that despite his seriousness in his musical journey, he hasn't forgotten to keep his humility and great sense of humor intact. Tonight, as he sings one of the most beautiful songs I have ever had the pleasure to sing, composed so beautifully by our beloved Sir Agot Espino, and finally arranged by the amazing Ailey Matthew Maniano, it is impossible not to acknowledge the gift of redemption and salvation, that despite our wicked ways and deeds, there is that deep, deep love that just never lets us go. Everybody, it is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you singing Kundi Man ng Langit with their conductor Cyril Louis Moral, the T.I.P. Choral Society.
This beautiful opus of Professor Agot Espino has been wonderfully transformed into a poetic musical expression by the T.I.P. Choral Society. When I first encountered this song, akala ko yung regular na kundiman, ganyan, love song, ganyan. But noon pa lang kasi, I was really drawn to its beautiful melody already. But then, when I finally got to read the text, I realized that this is not just an ordinary kundiman pala, but rather an extraordinary love song. A love song that expressing God's unwavering and unconditional love for us, His children. Napaka-reassuring, di po ba? Thank you very much, T.I.P. Choral Society, their conductor, Madz current member, Sairo Bon Chloe Moral, to this heartfelt, heartwarming, and ugly cry-worthy piece that is also beautifully arranged by no other than Ailey Matthew Maniano.
This beautiful work that gives us hope and joy is very appropriate for this Christmas season. So this Christmas, we think about putting joy into the hearts of our friends, into the hearts of our family, and even our own hearts. So for those of you who want to give something to yourself or to your family, remember the Madz Music Studio, as we announced earlier, is giving 10% discount for all of our online lessons, which is available only until December 13, which is the last day of the festival. Also, we hope that you found inspiration in that music and all the music that you've heard tonight, to also remember our fellow Filipinos who have been affected by the tragedy of the flood and the typhoons. If you are willing to give in kind or in cash, the numbers of the Tanging Yaman Foundation, led by Father Mandaluyong Francisco, can be seen at the bottom part of the screen of this episode. So please do think about them and share the joy this Christmas.
Aside from sharing your joy through the Tanging Yaman Foundation, here are some of our choristers who'd like to share their wishes for Christmas this 2020.
Ho, ho, ho! 圣诞节快乐! Hello, I'm your favorite niece Rian, 陈嘉丽, 响音合唱团 from the Rizal, Philippines. 我最喜欢坐飞机，我希望能回台湾，去吃好多好多好吃的东西。
Christmas wish ko this year? Tumangkad! Ay, sige. Next year na lang.
I wish that there will already be a vaccine or a cure for COVID-19 so that I can go out, go to the mall, go to school, and play with my friends. Merry Christmas!
Wait. Pasko na ba? Hindi pa ako ready. Wish ko, magka-jowa.
Dopo questo anno difficile, auguro a tutti voi un felice e un sereno Natale.
Hello everyone, I am Sairo Bon Chloe Moral, and I am currently singing with the Philippine Madrigal Singers as countertenor. In year 2014, I joined PVE as tenor 2 and became the assistant conductor in 2016 under Sir Joel Aquino's direction. I learned a lot from him not only in music but also in life. I'm always grateful for Sir Joel's willingness to share his skills, knowledge, and expertise. His leadership and example has helped me improve my musicianship and musicality and recognize my fullest artistic potential. He always tells me that being a good musician or conductor isn't enough because there are a lot of things I have to consider, such as attending to my members' concerns, problem in life, love life, studies, etc. try to understand other people's perspective. He introduced us to some of Ma'am OA's principles. For example, that we have to attend rehearsals because that is the only thing that will keep us together and allow us to make good music. To make a good balance between the technical and artistic aspect of musical performance, dramatic intent. Lastly, to instill discipline and love for the craft of the singers. Despite the challenging, stressful yet fun rehearsals, we make certain that we give each other time and we make each other feel like we have a second family we can lean on. Every after rehearsal, we would eat out, we share each other's stories while having coffee, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, to sing a masterpiece entitled Chanson éloignée with text by Bohemian Austrian poet novelist Rainer Maria Rilke, translated into English that highlights the beautiful text. When all I wanted was to sing, I was granted the honor of living. Conducted by Mr. Jose Emmanuel Aquino, without further ado, here is the Philippine Vocal Ensemble.
The music that the Philippine Vocal Ensemble just performed is set to the words of the famous poet Rainer Maria Rilke, whose words has been set to music by other composers. But this version that they sang is an original composition by one of their very own and premiered specially for the Madz et al. Iba talaga pag the composer writes for the choir because suddenly it captures the spirit of the Philippine vocal ensemble. It captures the hugis, the shape that Joel wants the choir to take on. Talagang because it was written for the choir, suddenly the words of the poet become the words of the singers themselves. Suddenly the music is their own. So ibang infusion ng emotion when you make the music your own. Wonderfully, wonderfully sung Philippine vocal ensemble. The Madz et al. Festival for this year is the first and one-of-a-kind experience because of the pandemic. Because it is virtual, it opened opportunities for conductors, choristers, and friends to reunite because suddenly distance from each other was not an issue anymore. It also opened up opportunities for choirs near and far far away to participate, which they wouldn't be able to do under normal times. Here is our fourth trivia quiz from last week and the correct answer and the winners who won a special prize from us.
And here's the question for last week's trivia quiz. Name the choir which comes from the farthest place away from Manila. And the answer? Coro Unab from Bucaramanga, Colombia, with a distance of 17,132 kilometers away from Manila. Congratulations to the winners, Demi Di Matera, Leslie Ann Jacob, Diosdado Sedorifa.
This year's Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival produced an unprecedented number of new works specifically written for this festival and premiered or performed for the very first time here. Professor Veneracion and Mr. Mark Anthony Carpio would be so happy because more than just building more choirs, through the Madz et al., we are creating more new and original choral works. Here is the question for our fifth and final trivia quiz.
Name one composer who premiered 3 or more new works in 2020 Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. Name all 3 to 4 titles by this composer. Send your answer to madzetalchorfest@gmail.com not later than 3 p.m. on Wednesday, December 9.
You have until Wednesday to send in your answers and to get your chance to win our special prize. We will pick the first, the fifth, and the 10th correct answer that we receive through the email provided. This is open to everybody, Madz current members, Madz alumni, everybody in the Madz et al. Big family, your friends, your family, kasama na yung mga unfriend, mga blocked friends ninyo. The only ones who cannot join are the teams of the Madz et al. Festival, the Madz Talk Plus team, and the Madz Studio team. So, sali na lahat. Huling trivia quiz question, your last chance to win this special prize.
We have almost reached the end of this Sunday's event. Of course, malapit ng Pasko, kanta lang. We have to sing. So we're again singing the festival song, which some people call the Tutti song. Our voices will be heard. So let your voices be heard. Join us with Angelo Diamos here to lead us. Our voices will be heard.
Guys, Pasko na. Kailangan kumanta. Dapat lahat tayo nagpa-participate, okay? Di pwedeng nandiyan ka lang sa isang side at makikinig. Sana all.
Mabuhay! Welcome again to Madz Sing Along, where we will be learning another part of our festival piece, Our Voices Will Be Heard. Bring out your scores and get ready to read and sing measures 71 to 102. We'll first go over the tenor and bass sections. The tenors will be singing the melody while the basses will be singing harmony in thirds below. Let's all be precise where we cut our phrases so to give us time to breathe as we shout, "Hey!" in between the lines of the text. When we reach the end at measure 99, let's all do a forte piano and swell that long note with a crescendo for 4 bars up until measure 102. Let's all listen and sing along to this.
Anytime we find our way home, hey! But first we make ourselves known, hey! There is way to each grain, no matter how small it may seem. Over time we make our way home, hey! In the streets we sing you a song, hey! May the light in our hearts give us strength to guide us along.
Now, the sopranos and the altos are the support in this section. They repeat the text that the tenors and the basses sing, also harmonizing in thirds and also shouting "hey" in between the phrases. Just remember to sing a bit less to give way to the tenors and the basses. Then, just do the same forte piano and crescendo at the last 4 bars. Let's all listen.
Anytime we find our way home, hey! But first we make ourselves known, hey! Matter how small it seems. Over time we make our way home, hey! In the streets we sing you a song, hey! Give us strength to guide us along.
Now let's all listen to the Madz sing this section.
Anytime we find our way home, hey! But first we make ourselves known, hey! There is way to each grain, no matter how small it may seem. Over time we make our way home, hey! In the streets we sing you a song, hey! May the light in our hearts give us strength to guide us along.
Time to sing along. Body straight, pieces up, give your best energy, and don't forget to smile. Here we go.
Anytime we find our way home, hey! But first we make ourselves known, hey! There is way to each grain, no matter how small it may seem. Over time we make our way home, hey! In the streets we sing you a song, hey! May the light in our hearts give us strength to guide us along.
Great. Enjoy singing our festival song and see you next week for another Mad Sing-Along.
We are finally ready to sing the final song all together as we bring to a close the 6th installment of our 2020 Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. You have until December 13 if you want to give yourself or your family the gift of online music lessons by enjoying the 10% special discount offered by the Madz Music Studio. Also, we appeal once more to your generosity to give through the Tanging Yaman Foundation so that Father Manuling Francisco and his organization can bring Christmas joy to a lot of Filipinos that were affected by the flood and the typhoon. The information for giving is seen at the bottom part of your screen.
Ika nga po ni Tito Shakespeare, parting is such sweet sorrow. Pero babalik pa naman po kami next week. Once again, it's time to say goodbye and thank you, thank you, thank you to all our viewers who have supported us since day one of our festival. Kayo po ang aming mga suki, diba? To all our dearest et al. Choirs and their conductors that participated tonight, our Madz alumni guests, also to our segment hosts, marami pong salamat. And also, our heartfelt thanks to all the audio and video editors of the et al. Choirs, at syempre ang sariling atin, sina Jordan Regala, JC Paez Jose, Nico Villanueva, and Clyde Pasaol. And ang nag-iisang BQ and Lola ng Philippine choral world, Mr. Robert Delgado. Maraming salamat for the vocal and instrumental arrangement of our final song, Our Voices Will Be Heard. Thank you. Thank you po sa inyo.
Tama ka, Pearl. It's so heavy to say goodbye on this Sunday, but we will still be lighthearted when we see you again next week. We'd like to thank our sponsor and partner. The Cultural Center of the Philippines has always been there for us through these 7 days. And also, we would like to thank our Madz families, the composers, the conductors, those who just support us by sending us messages, by giving us some guides, by doing everything they can to help support not only the Madz, but even this festival. Thank you very much from our hearts. And we'd like to say goodbye to you with this festival song, Our Voices Will Be Heard. Come on, let's sing.
Good night.
Good night. Mabuhay.
Magandang gabi.
Look at all the places we have gone. There was a time we used to live as one.
Look at all the things that we have learned.
Though we rise, so we fall and burn. Why do we say that we went off the path?
See, I'm where I am, 'cause of where I was at.
Let's keep ahead, and our voices will be heard.
Oh,
our voices will be heard.
Oh,
Modern day and past we live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own song. Even if we're lost in a crowd of fugitives, and we will be found. Sometimes we hold back the things we want to say. But never live just to fight another day. Let's keep ahead, and our voices will be heard together. 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 Our voices will be heard. Sometimes our hearts break and sometimes our souls break, but know that we're never alone. Our voices will be heard. Sometimes our dreams take longer than we'll wait till one day we find our way home. So keep on ahead, our voices in time will be heard. Yeah! Our voices will be heard together. Our voices will be heard together. Our voices will be heard together. Our voices will be heard together.
anytime we find our way home. Hey, but first we make ourselves known. Hey, there's strength each day, no matter how small it may see the change. The seed is in our palm.
Together our voices will be heard. Together our voices will be heard. Together our voices will be heard. Together our voices will be heard.